Warning, warning. This is a global ice out. Global ice out. Testing the right speaker. Right. Testing the left speaker. Left. Sound successfully recovered. Swan Commander. Connected. And now, the countdown has begun. And now, are you ready for a journey that goes beyond the norms? The Federal Prospects Hockey League just celebrated its 15th anniversary. With a footprint and fan base rapidly expanding, Swan Hockey is now bringing you behind the scenes. Beyond what you see at games. Beyond the arenas. Beyond the crowds. This is FPHL, Beyond the Glass.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of FPHL Beyond the Glass. I'm your host, Eric Swan, Swan Commander on social media. This is the official podcast of the Federal Prospects Hockey League. And we are joined once again by AJ Galante, the general manager of the Danbury Hat-Tricks, who's been in it for the long haul with us here for playoffs. Been having fun. It's been a good little playoff series here, on the show and in the league. So we're gonna keep that going. This is like the most predictable and unpredictable playoffs at the same time. Like, it's so exciting. Like, I think everyone was like, there's no shock that Binghamton's in it. The Continental Division was super entertaining the way it played out. It's very weird because it's like half very predictable, half extremely unpredictable. But it's been super entertaining. Like, the whole thing seems unpredictable.
Listen, man, I have people that aren't really, Fed League fans, not even really hockey fans sometimes. I'm like, hey, you got to watch this weekend. I was like, watch this game. And we said it last week with this finals. It's like David and Goliath. It's like there's so many. We talked about it last week, like how many like themes and storylines there were, and 1-1 after a weekend. So it's like it's gonna go five. It's gonna go five. It's going five. At this point, that's just how this playoffs have been all playoffs. So it's got to be going five.
Yeah, it'd be great to see. It's just been crazy. Like, this whole season. Look, everyone's talked about it all year long that Binghamton was the team to beat, and now PD, they're last ones to get a chance to do it. It comes down to 3 games in Binghamton. So again, the stage is set. Like, if it was a movie, this is how it would go.
Listen, I've only been involved with Binghamton. I've only been involved with the Federal League technically this year and a bit of last year here in Danbury. I know this league's been around for a while. If PD comes and wins this all, this has to be the greatest championship run in the history of this league. I would assume. Again, I've only been involved. I'm the GM this year of the Danbury, but I can't see, with the way this league is competitive wise, with the quality hockey that's going on, the players, the teams. Running the gauntlet, like beating Athens, then Columbus. And then if they come back and pull out 2 games in Binghamton and stop a dynasty, this has got to be the greatest. Again, I'm pleading ignorance here because I haven't been around this league forever since the start, but
I agree with you.
How could this not be the greatest championship run ever in this league? And I got to give PD a lot of credit. I had them out in the first round. I had them swept by Athens in the first round, and I got a lot of heat for it. I still get a lot of heat for it. I'd like to take a partial credit for their run, by the way. Okay, a lot of Danbury guys on that team, and I lit a fire under them because I know a lot of players reached out to me.
Encouragement.
Tough love. So, yes, I've been the master of behind this whole thing. No, I'm just kidding. But no, listen, I got to give them credit. Gary Graham, Nick Graham, the ownership, that fan base. what an exciting franchise, man. I'm really happy for them. You know, I know how hard it is to like start a team from an inaugural season, and like, you know, they're breaking attendance records every other game. And I mean, it's just really
not
exciting.
Not to mention a building that didn't even have ice.
I mean,
they literally started from literally from the ground up.
It really reminds me so much of, you know, the Danbury Trashers that first year. I mean, literally from scratch, everything. And I mean, you got to give them credit. They have proved me wrong. And but still, I am sticking. Every week I'm trying to waffle on you, but I am sticking with Binghamton winning. It's going to go 5. I don't know how they're going to get there. You know, games 3 and 4, I don't know how it's going to go, but I just know it's going 5. It's going to end up, I'm looking at the calendar here. So what, May 10th, the absolute final game that was possible on the schedule, it's going to May 10th. You can feel it. And Binghamton, man, they, you know, sometimes with Binghamton, you know, look, it's Danbury and Twin City were the only teams to beat Binghamton twice this year. It's very hard to beat that team twice. You know, and they punched Binghamton right in the mouth game 1. And Binghamton, sometimes when you poke the bear, no pun intended, okay, it kind of wakes them up, because I've seen it. I mean, we played them 3,700 times this year, and there were times where we kind of had a better period, and when you poke that bear, man, they wake up. So
they respond.
I'm really interested. Friday, to me, this Friday the 8th, okay, is really, even though I'm picking bingo in 5, I really think Friday's going to determine it. Because if PD comes in Friday and punches them in the mouth again, that's going to be, you know, like we talk about the pressure, Binghamton, it's all on them right now. The pressure is all on them. And the reason I'm not worried for them is because they've been through this before. And they know how to handle business. But I tell you what, if PD wins on Friday, I think anything's possible. Anything is possible. It's going to be very, very interesting. Friday night is really, for me, the X Factor game.
Yeah, it's going to be important. I mean, even regardless, like we've been saying, like, I don't think you could ever count PD out. And I think everybody would agree with you that, yeah, the favor is in Binghamton's favor right now, which I think everybody would agree, but it almost has to be, right? You can't have the underdog story if the king of the ring is not the king of the ring, right? You got to have, everything's perfectly set up. And interesting to your point, if PD does win Friday night, I mean, again, let's not discredit that either. To beat PD 2 games in a row, that's a tall order as well. I mean, these guys are for real. Like, they've had the toughest schedule in the league. You could argue that they've had the toughest schedule in the league all year long. And, it's part underdog story, part, I think now everybody's seeing their true colors, like seeing what this organization, like I think they've been this team for a while, and they've just been through, a very, very tough schedule this year. And it's just nonstop excitement. I mean, I agree with you. Like, this probably has to be the best finals or best playoffs in, Federal League history. And it's just been so entertaining. No dull moments. And yeah, I mean, even if Binghamton comes out on top, I still think it would be one of the, a tremendous story, because think about what they're having to do to defend their three-peat, right? It's not like this playoffs is not business as usual. Like, oh, here we go again, right? It's just twist, turn, curveball. I mean, regardless of the outcome, this is going to be, one of the best playoffs that the league has ever had, I would say, if not the best.
And listen, I mean, I was just saying, what a run PD, like if PD wins it all, okay?
Oh, unbelievable.
But if you look at it from Binghamton's standpoint, if they, listen, that was no cakewalk getting through Port, okay? And for them to three-peat again, we're talking about history. This doesn't happen, this doesn't happen regularly. For them, I mean, look, by next week we either have a dynasty or we have a David and Goliath story, like a team that stopped the dynasty and went through.
Yeah.
all the trials, tribulations, obstacles. Let's put it this way. You have whoever wins it is the champion, right? Like sometimes you see, like sometimes there's always like, even if it's mentally, a little asterisk there, best of 3, they got a little lucky there. No, whoever wins this one, they are the FPHL champions. And there can never be an asterisk. There can never be like a second guess. And I just think, like I've been saying every week, I think it's just a testament to this league and where it's going and how it's growing. But yeah, I'm hyped for this weekend again, and it's going to be very, very interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. And PD's fans once again showing up. I mean, they set another attendance record this past weekend. Like that's been cool because they've been going back. Like Binghamton obviously is very, very strong in attendance, very, very strong with the fan base. I mean, even the fans in PD, they're showing up. It's like these two organizations are going toe to toe. Everywhere. I mean, like the games have been great. I mean, the first game, PD obviously was outshot, by a pretty big margin by Binghamton. But I mean, PD, like they made their shots count. Like they were shooting well. It's awesome.
Again, Dominic Tomei, I correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like he was named goalie of the year. I think.
Yeah, you should be right on that.
Look, you got the goaltender of the year, then you got Colgan, who's, been through everything in this league. I mean, we said it last week when we were going kind of down the checklist of previewing this final series. I mean, on paper, it's like there's, like you said, there's like so many opposites and similarities, and it's like styles. It's like a fight. Styles make fights, and I'm telling you, stylistically, what a way could have drew it up better.
Yeah, absolutely. And, special teams obviously playing a part in it. Like that's so big this time of year, like special teams. Like if you can make your special teams count, like you have to.
Well, listen, that's what I'm interested with. You just hit it on the head because Binghamton, as great as they are, stacked top to bottom, you can get under their skin. And I feel like if PD, they got some agitators too. I feel like if PD, look, I don't care what anyone says, Bingo's feeling the pressure right now, even though the series is tied. They're feeling just as much pressure as PD, even though they're going to be at home the next, potentially 3 days in a row. I feel like if PD can get under Bingo's skin, and like you said, turn the pendulum over to their end in terms of like, power play time and everything, that could really be an interesting aspect because Binghamton does have times, as good as they are, like they kind of, their wires get crossed every now and then. And you just hit on the head. I feel like whoever's the most disciplined, especially Friday night, is gonna take it. I know that sounds like a generic thing to say, but it's true. Whoever could remain calm, cool, and collective, I think is going to be another huge factor for the next few games.
Yeah, there's just like so many little details that add up, like where, like, yeah, being disciplined, right? Where one penalty can cost you. Just little things, making sure that shots are on net, not going wide. Like, there's also the percentages, right? Like, I know we talked about the shot advantage that Binghamton had in the first game, but like most times if you double a team up on shots, you're gonna win. So there's like little statistical things too, like where you got to give yourself the chance to be successful, force them to be good. And, just little things that, everyone says it's a game of mistakes, and, you just got to do the little things right and be consistent with the little things. And I feel like the team that does more of those little things right and executes those often has a better chance to win, like even just statistically.
Yeah. I mean, and again, it sounds so obvious, but trust me, when I'm in the locker room and, listen to the coaches and, these things are preached to players, but sometimes it doesn't always translate. So it sounds, a fan might say, well, yeah, guys, that's obvious, but it's not so obvious all the time because, it's one thing to look at it from 1,000 miles away, but when you're in that arena, Binghamton's a very tough place to play. When you're in the environment and the pressure, you're feeling it, you're tight. that's when, and that's why I think ultimately in the end, the little things that you can't quantify statistically, that's why I just feel like Binghamton has that razor's edge because they've been there. They felt it before. But again, I feel like I've been wrong more than I've been right this postseason, so I could be totally off. But I just feel like that's the one razor's edge going Binghamton's way is that experience. And I just feel like they'll find a way. But like I said, if PD comes out and punches Bingo in the mouth on Friday, oh, man. I mean, we can't retape this, so my pick is already in. But I'm telling you, let's put it this way. If PD wins on Friday, I think things are going to get very interesting.
Yeah, for sure. And one thing that, for everyone at home, pay attention to this because, we're talking about like little details and everything. One thing that's so important, I think people don't realize, and I honestly think a lot of players and teams and coaches overlook this at times too, is face-offs. Like the team that could dominate face-offs, like if you look back at the Olympics this past year, right? The US-Canada championship, I didn't check it myself, but from what I heard, the US was like completely dominant in face-offs, right? Like high percentage dominant, right? So when that happens and you gain control of the puck, you take the other player's the other team's top line, they spend 15 seconds of their shift trying to get the puck back. Now, very often you'll have guys, for fans at home, you'll have shifts that are only 30 seconds long. So you now take the top players on the other team out of the game for half of their time. They spend half their time trying to get the puck. And that is so big. If you could take the other team's top guys and eliminate them from 50% of their time on the ice, that wins a lot of games.
Listen, I'm going to bring this back to Danbury real quick. When we were looking, when a bunch of the college graduates were available and the junior age outs, we picked up a kid. Oh, I'm so happy we got him. A kid that graduated from Post University here in Connecticut, Joe Santoro. And the reason I was scouting Joe Santoro was his face-off percentage in college, okay, was like 70%, something crazy. Now, again, does that translate to pros? You don't know, but stats are stats. And I'm like, we got to get it. I mean, there was other guys with bigger goal lines, stats with assists. And
right.
I'm like, no, we need a face-off guy right now.
Because he lets those other guys go to work and do their thing.
You couldn't, listen, shout out to our head coach, John Biershin, because he really told me about midway through. He's like, look, we really got, it's an obvious thing. You'd love to win every face-off, but he, just like you explained it, really broke down just how much energy it takes, like you said, to retrieve the puck back. Because, like you said, so face-off, that is huge. That is a huge stat that a lot of people really overlook. And, Bingo's got some guys. And listen, so does PD. Now I want to go back and look at the face-off percentages the last two games, because I tell you what, that's an amazing point you made, and it couldn't be more true.
Yeah, I think there's probably a heavy correlation, or probably will be. So it'll be something fun for the fans at home. Like when you're watching the games this weekend, pay attention to the face-off wins. They're so important. It would be like starting, like imagine getting a start of football game every quarter. You start with the ball getting kicked to you. Or a pitcher
that the first pitch is a strike. It changes the whole at bat. If you're a pitcher, they really, because I'm a huge baseball guy. All right, shout out to the Yankees, best team in baseball right now. Okay, that first pitch strike stat they got now, like I hear it. That's a huge. It changes the whole at bat for the batter. Same thing with a face-off, and that's an amazing point. And I'm just doing this off the top of my head. Both teams have some pretty good, solid centers, and that's a huge, huge thing to watch for.
Yeah. Who do you think has it's like, let's talk about the road trip. So, or the games being in Binghamton, whose favor do you think that works in? So obviously Binghamton getting to play in front of their home crowd and everything. Do you think it's somewhat of a distraction a little bit, being home and having everyday life going on around you in the middle of the series, where at the other hand too, like PD, I could only imagine is just so dialed and tunnel visioned right now on the task at hand. Where does them going on the road actually help them just stay laser focused? What do you think about that?
It's a good point. We talked about, we in our Hat Tricks group chat, we were talking about it, a few weeks ago. Would you guys rather start on the road you know what I mean? Because next year we are going all the way, Danbury. My thing is, I don't know. I mean, I feel like there's a lot more pressure on the home team. I feel like you said, no matter what, you got friends, family. I hate to be this way because I'm a father and I have a wife, and it's like you're at home and there's always something going on. I don't know how many of the Binghamton players may have wives or kids, but not in a bad way, but that will affect your naps, your sleep, those little things. I mean, friends, oh, can you get me a ticket? Oh, can I get a couple tickets for my friend? Like you said, what I've learned is, whether building a team,
there's a lot of extras.
Those little things all add up. And I feel like it's just, these are those things that you, like I said, you can't quantify with data. Like, how does it feel to be at home? Nobody knows but them. And I think it's just one of those things where that experience is going to help Binghamton, because I feel like they've been through this. But I tell you what, for a lot of other teams, they have to close it out at home. Hey, we're tied 1-1. We got to win 2 at home out of 3. That's a lot harder than it seems. I feel like people really overplay at, I don't know. Home field, home ice, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. I just always feel it's a little overrated at times. You know what I mean? I just feel like if
it's got its pros and cons.
Yeah.
And now like you got my wheels spinning more, like even just like, being at home and everything. I mean, the home team, they gotta decide what they want to eat. They gotta cook it. They gotta clean it up. They like the road team, none of that. It's all decided for them. No decisions, no brain energy there. They're focused on one thing. They're not worried about, oh crap, gotta go grab my laundry, switch that. I'm gonna need those pants tonight.
Yeah.
Like it's all done.
It's all mechanical. It's all mechanical. And you're right. So it's like, again,
less choices, less time.
Yeah, man. I mean, listen, it's difficult. I think, again, I keep going back to it. For Binghamton, they've done this before. They got high-level guys that have been higher leagues. They've won championships all over. I feel like they're going to be in a flow state. I think they know what they need to do. But if this was any other team, listen, if it was Danbury, if we were coming back, our team, who's a lot of young guys, if we're tied 1-1 going into the finals and we got 3 at home, we got to win 2. I'll be honest with you. I'm not overly confident because I know how it is over here. I know, hey, you got tickets, or even for myself, I'm just a GM. I know it would be a lot. It's all the little things that you just, you can't put a number on.
Yeah, for sure. And it's just, and like we said before, the added pressure of not only going for a championship, but going for a three-peat. I mean, it's a lot of pressure, and it's going to be that much sweeter, obviously, if if Binghamton pulls it off. I mean, there's just a lot of different dynamics in this.
Listen, they got top to bottom, just like PD, top to bottom, they're stacked. They've been here before. You got the coach of the year. You got, literally any line that goes, I don't even know who their first line is at this point, because it's like any line that goes out is a first line on any other team in the league. You know what I mean? So it's like goalie of the year. It's set up for them on paper to take it. We're watching a dynasty. But again, like we've been saying the past few weeks,
can't count PD out ever.
And again, you hit it on the head, man. It's like, it's so odd because if you really analyze it, PD, I guess, is an underdog because, you got to be the champ, you got to beat the champs, right? And Bingo's a 2. But PD is friggin' stacked, man. They're not a normal underdog. If you really
right, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think they're true. Like, everyone's kind of seen them for what they are. Like, what they've been for a while.
It's such a bizarre. I just think that's a testament to Binghamton, how dominant they've been for so long now, that a team like PD is an underdog like that. Like, people aren't really And look, I'll say the same thing. I didn't think they were going to get through Athens. And I mean, a lot of hockey people I know were like, just book it. Athens bingo in the finals. They're like, just book it.
I think a lot of people would have said that, would have guessed that.
Credit to PD, man, going through all the adversity, all the doubters, including myself, not maliciously. It's crazy. It's actually. I wish it was Friday already, because now I'm thinking about face-offs, and you got me thinking about all sorts of things now. Face-offs is so big. I mean, whoever's watching this, like, take out a pad and pen and just start tallying the face-offs, because that's really going to be a big determinant factor.
Yeah, there's little stats like that I love. Like, I love face-offs, and then I love just shots on net. Like, force the goalie to be good. Like, sometimes I find players give too much respect to the opponent, whether it's the goalie or another player, like, where it's like, no, like, put that on net, force him to make a save, force him to be good, force him to handle the rebound, let it start, especially like on the point and power play and everything, like, just get it. Like, I was a goalie, I know, puck at my feet from the point, like, it was a disaster. Like, you never wanted to deal with that. Like, let it start bouncing around like Plinko, like Price is Right or whatever, like a foot off the crease. Like,
listen, Binghamton is very good at deflecting shots, you know what I mean? And they you're right. And again, a shot from the point with not a lot on it in like January, okay. But in the finals, a goalie too. Any shot right now feels like it's like a breakaway, right? So it's like a goalie, their pressure, right? This is not an ordinary game. This isn't, December. This isn't November. And, the finals, like, every shot, it's got that little extra on it. So
yeah, it could be series changing.
So it's man, I'm telling you, Friday for me, if PD pulls it off on Friday, I'm not changing my pick. I can't, but I tell you, it's gonna get very, like you said, for Binghamton to have to win 2 in a row. I don't know, man. We're gonna see. So
it's tough, And the other thing that's interesting to look for, like, 'cause I always would tell players, like, at the beginning of a game, like, hey, get yourself into the game, throw a hit, take a hit, win the first battle, right? Win the face off, right? Get the first puck deep, get the first shot on net, do something to get yourself in the game, make a play. It doesn't matter how small it is, make a play. Even if it's just you gaining the red line and getting a puck deep, make a play, win that first little battle. And it'll be interesting to see who does that on each side. Which team throws the first check, wins the first face-off, gets the first shot on net, gets the first puck deep, applies the first pressure. It'll be interesting to see who does that out of the gate.
You're 100% right. And it's the same thing. It's what fans don't know a lot of times is, like you said, those mini battles. We started doing it in Danbury the second half of the year, like kind of putting up on the board these little wins, who's going to get the first hit, first shot, force a penalty, you know what I mean? So it's all these little things. It's fun to analyze, but I'm just excited. I think it's going game 5. And I think when game 5 comes, I think all the strategies out the window, and it's going to be like that last round in a heavyweight fight where you might see 100 shots on goal that guy. I don't think it's just pedal to the metal.
If it goes 5, whose favor do you think that works in? I mean, Binghamton they had the luxury of getting a little extra rest before the playoffs, but at the same time, sometimes just, object in motion stays in motion, right? Like, sometimes you don't take that rest and you just keep grinding. You're just in that mode. You just use that momentum. If this goes 5,
I think if it goes 5,
that works in.
Listen, if like I said, I think Friday night decides it. If PD wins on Friday, Binghamton's going to come out like a bat out of hell on Saturday. They might put up 10 goals. And then people are going to be like, what the heck just happened? But it's that adrenaline. I think whoever wins on Friday has that advantage, mentally.
Yeah.
But then again, devil's advocate. Do you take your foot off the gas after Friday night? Like, if you win, you kind of be like, oh, we got a game cushion. I don't know, man. I'm trying to act like I'm some great analysis. I don't know. I don't know what's good. I just think if it goes 5, I feel like the pressure Binghamton will feel. You know what I mean? To close it out. Because then things start creeping in your head like, damn, if we lose this at home, you know what I mean? Like
everything gets magnified again. And that's what I said a couple of weeks back. Like, like Binghamton, I think has to be careful of what their focus is, right? You can't be focused on three-peating. You got to be focused on just winning the championship. Yeah. Get the whole three-peat thing out of your head, because at the end of the day, and I know it seems like, all right, well, they're one and the same. And yes, obviously, you can't have one without the other in this situation. But if the focus, you can't focus on three-peat, because you don't get anything for three-peat, right? No. Three-peat doesn't mean anything, in those terms, right? You got to the task at hand is win a championship, and it's just business as usual. Do what you got to do to win the championship, and then the three-peat is going to be a byproduct of that, obviously. So, to your point, I think everything is magnified, and I think that if players, kind of lose that focus or lose that headspace, it could creep up on them quick and really weigh on their shoulders.
PD is playing, even though they lost on Saturday, you watch them, they're playing so loose right now because they're playing with house money. It's like no one expected them to even be here. I feel like I just feel like they
can't let anyone down. No one's going to be let down.
No.
They've exceeded most people's expectations.
Yes. Listen, for an inaugural, and I've been there, I could speak on this because I know what it's like to build from scratch an inaugural season, inaugural team, a new city involved. You know what I mean? Like Danbury didn't even have hockey. You know what I mean? So, like you said, they are playing with house money because the fans, like everyone is happy. If they were to not pull it off, no one is going to be upset because it's like, wow, look what we accomplished in a year. You know what I mean? So,
the good will outweigh the negative.
Oh, yeah. I mean, listen, don't get me wrong. They're not going into this being like, hey, who cares if we lose? They want to win because that's the cherry. But what they have done this year, how can you – I mean, they're playing with house money. And you can see
they've already won their season.
Yeah,
they've already won.
Look, they beat a big rival in Athens who was like a big brother, right? They're loose. They're like, hey, you know what? We got something to lose, but we don't. You know what I mean? And the players, you see it. You look at these guys like Houston Wilson's got to be the MVP right now if they win it all. You know what I mean? This guy's flying around. They're just playing so loose, and that's where that confidence comes in that you can't put. Their confidence has peaked at the right time, and it's gonna be amazing to see this through. One way or the other, we're seeing history this weekend. Dynasty, inaugural. You know, I mean, we're seeing history. So I'm a big history guy, and I like to. I'm just enjoying this in real time.
Yeah. Anything you want to end this off with here?
Hey, no. Listen. Binghamton's my saving grace. Okay, I made predictions at the beginning of this. Nothing has gone right for me except I said Binghamton's going to the finals and they're going to win it. They are my only. I mean, I've had a personal rough year here in Danbury. I need some sort of salvaging for myself. So Binghamton, I'm begging you, please pull this out for me because if not next year there'll be some receipts coming in Danbury or Binghamton. Doesn't matter. But no, I just think it's going to be fun. This has been a great run. I'm just super, super, super excited to see how this all plays out. But it's going. I feel like it's going 5. I really do. And I mean, shout out to the Federal League, man. People keep sleeping on us, but I mean, this is some entertaining hockey going on right now. And I think it's just the tip of the iceberg. I think it's only going to get better each year.
Yeah, absolutely. So. Yeah, sounds great. It's going to be an awesome weekend.
Hey, real quick, one thing. It would be history if Binghamton wins because now you're going to have the Fed's first ever 3-peat team. And then what's nice is next year we go into Danbury's championship year, and then we're going to win 2 after that. So we are set. I need Binghamton to win because I don't think there's ever been in a league ever 2 3-peats in a row. So you'll have Binghamton win 3, and then next year we're going to win, and then we're going to win 2 more. So we're going to have two three-peats in a row. So I think it'll be great.
Yeah, you can't have two without the first one.
Have there ever been has there ever been two three-peats from two different teams in a row? No, I don't.
Not that I know of.
So Danbury's dynasty is in the works. I'm in the lab now. I got my big. So listen, I need Binghamton to win.
Binghamton three-peating now.
Yes, I need Binghamton to win this so we can start, one half of history, and then when we take the next 3 years in Danbury, we can say, wow, these two three-peats in a row. It's amazing. Keep it up north too. The cold, that's where hockey's played in the cold. The South is nice. You got the golf and all that, but it belongs in the cold. So keep it in the north, and it's going to be fun, man.
I love it, AJ. So yeah, I appreciate you continuing our playoff series here with me. It's been a lot of fun.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you having me, and I anytime, man.
All right, let's do our proof of attendance token code for this episode. The code is history. We're going to see some history this weekend. So we're going to go, code is going to be history. Enter the code at swanhockey.io on the podcast page, and you will be eligible to receive your proof of attendance token for watching this episode. Codes must be entered by 9 p.m. Eastern, the night that this show airs, Wednesday night. Our magic number is 5. Collect 5 or more of these tokens, and you will have access to the member-only channel in Club Fed in the Swan Hockey Discord server. Remember, you can watch all games this weekend on YouTube or Sporfy for free. All games are free, and it's going to be an awesome weekend. And that's going to do it for this episode. Until next time, I'll see you guys soon.
Thank you for being the best part of this episode of FPHL Beyond the Glass by Swan Hockey. We will see you soon.